Okay, so now we're ready to pull the oven out, or pull the ham out of the oven. What we're going to do, we're going to add the glaze to it. After we've added the glaze to it, we'll put it back in for another 10 minutes. From the looks of our drip pan, we had pretty good luck in not overrunning on the pot. We don't have a lot of pots and pans, so didn't have a whole lot of choice on what we're going to use to cook this with. Looks like our ham's coming out decent enough. You'll notice at the bottom in here, if we turn this around, there is a substantial amount of broth at the bottom. What that broth will be used for is beans a little bit later on. We have the beans soaking over here, and we will add the broth to those beans tomorrow, or maybe later tonight if the beans do their job. The glaze that comes with this, it's recommended to warm it for a couple of reasons. The larger of the reason is to allow it to spread easier throughout the ham. Don't have to warm it. Don't even have to add it to the ham. You can just use it as a regular dipping sauce. It's a fairly sweet glaze and would probably go really well with apples. Whereas typically on these hams, we would have the shank portion or the bone portion at the bottom, down the bottom of the pot. We didn't get that luxury today because it didn't fit in the pot like that. It was kind of a big ham. It's a little bit bigger than what we would usually get. So we just put it outside since it's already cooked. Doesn't really make any difference. I did choose to cover the ham, and I usually do cover the ham with the glaze. As I said before, it's really not going to matter. And only because heat condensation is just going to push more grease and fat off the ham, and it's going to push the glaze down off the ham, down into the bottom, which comes out really nice with the pinto beans. Go ahead and we'll dispose of this. Now we'll add the lid. I was hoping it would be cool enough, and it's not. Simply add it like that, lift this up, twist it to the side, and it's ready to go back into the oven for another 10 minutes. After that 10 minutes or so, depending if I remember it or not, we will take the ham out, put it on a plate, and we will go over cutting. Now the cutting, there's a way to actually cut it free from the bone. You want to cut it on the natural partitions where the fat is, separating the muscle on the bone, and then cut it off of the bone. So you're going to cut it in from the side, then over to the bone section, take it off. We're going to do something slightly different. Most of this ham is going to be used for, like, say, sandwiches, and it's just too small to really do that with. So we're going to try and cut this off in about 2 to 3 separate slices and free it from the bone. most of the cooking process already removes this from the bone, because it was already pre-cooked and it's cooked at such a low temperature for such a long amount of time. Now we'll put that back in the oven. And we'll pick this up later.